I just love the NES. Oh, I am wearing pants. Yeah, I mean, it's getting colder outside. Started wearing pants more these days. Welcome to Fliptendo. I'm Flipsider, and I'm wearing pants. This is my project where I play every Famicom and NES game, and we're playing them all in chronological order. We're currently in 1989, May 12th. We've just played and finished the first game of May 12th, the first release, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And now we're going to play the second one, Destiny of an Emperor. Oh, I'm sorry. That was released May the 19th. Oh, shoot. What was my time on TMNT? What was it again? Did anybody remember what my time was? It's like one something. No. It's not 17. 140? 147? You guys don't sound very sure. All right, I'll check. Yeah, it was something like that. All right, I'll check. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. It was. All right. Echo, echo, echo. Well, anyway, Destiny of an Emperor. This game's developed and published by Capcom. So this is a Capcom RPG for the NES. Is this the first Capcom RPG, or was there one before? Let's see here. TMNT. When a robot spawns, game. Good. Oh, was it? I think Don Chico was right. Yeah, it was 140 exactly. Hey, Don Chico. Nice. Nice guess. Or nice memory. So we have a Capcom. That was a Konami game we just played, by the way. And now we have a Capcom game. Let me see here. Capcom. Ooh, Strider's coming up soon. Willow's coming up soon. I'm probably not gonna. We did play through Willow on stream before. Do you guys remember playing through Willow? It was right before the start of Fliptendo. I don't know if I'll play through. That's a great game, but I don't know if I'll play through that one again. Yeah, same night. Konami and Capcom. So what has Capcom released so far? Mega Man 2, Pro Yakyu, Jiken, something. Samurai Sword, Legendary Wings, Bionic Commando, 1943, Gunsmoke, Mega Man 1, a Mahjong game, Section Z, Mackay Island. Yeah, this has to be their Trojan. This has to be their first RPG. Commando, Ghosts and Goblins, Sun. This is definitely their first RPG for this system. Destiny of an Emperor. So it's an RPG about like warring China. So that's pretty unique. It's pretty unique even for now. But and not like a Koei thing, but like more of like a Final Fantasy style RPG. Except I think it has like some like unique mechanics. You can like acquire soldiers and stuff. I've never played it. I've seen someone else play it like a little bit. But I mean, it looks like a good game. I'm definitely curious to try it. Give it a try. A 2 on the title? Does it? Oh yeah, it does have a 2. Why does it have a 2? Hold on a second. Let me look this game up real quick. Um, Known in Japan as Tenshi o Kurao. Do I have the right title screen? Tenshi o Kurao, Devouring of Heaven and Earth. Is this the right title? I mean, is this the right cover? I think it should be. But the Wikipedia doesn't say anything about it too. Let me check the Crontendo video for this one. Oh, yeah, I want to watch this later too. Who I forget who put this in the chat. The Turtles anime. I want to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles anime. Oh, there's a Gundam. There's a Gundam shredder. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I do have the wrong cover here. I must have put the wrong one. I think I have the right cover, but I think I just put the wrong one on by accident. That is wrong. Oh, man. It's probably a problem with my layout. Hey, Brigand, what's up? I just beat Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You missed it. Maybe I'll fix it real quick. Let me see if I have the right cover. Hey, Vex of Nexus, what's up? 1991, the cover, that's kind of a tip-off, isn't it? Your cousin had this game. Which one? This one or Destiny of an Emperor? You mean Destiny of an Emperor, right? I think I've got the wrong cover there. All right, hold on a second. This shouldn't take long to fix. Put some music on. Why did I get this wrong? This is the correct one? TMNT 1? Yeah, we just finished TMNT 1. Took about 2 hours, Brigand. Do you like that game? I'm a fan. That's the title for the sequel. Yeah, that's probably the sequel. Yeah. I think I have it, though. I think I just put the wrong one in the layout. I do. I don't know why I did that. I do have the right cover, though. Unfortunately, I don't have as good a scan of it. Is that why I use the cover for 2? I wouldn't do that, though, normally. Wait, do you have a higher res version? No, that's the same. That's the same that I have. Supreme Roger Rabbit, Anticipation, RC Pro-Am. All games that we've played on Fliptendo, I think except for RC Pro-Am, maybe. How are you doing today, Mr. Brigand? How's life treating you? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that I didn't say that to already. I'm thinking I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow. I'll probably be doing family stuff. But on the off chance that I do, I'll let you know. Alright, well, it's a shame that this cover is so low res. But I guess that was the best one I could find for the Japanese cover. Are you moving, huh? Oh, wow. I just did a little bit of a move myself, Brigand. Good luck with that. Are y'all ready? Turkey time? Yes, tomorrow will be turkey time, but I convinced them to get a ham as well. I'm excited for that. Don Chico is a good scan? Oh, Yes, you do. Oh, wow. Where'd you get that one from? Look at that. Where'd you find that? That does look good. Well, in that case, well, thank you, Don Chico. Appreciate that. Spiral cut ham? I'm not sure if what we have is spiral cut. I think it is. Oh, that's much better. Thank you. Look at that. That's nice. This has turned into another layout making stream. Maybe I should just make layouts for the rest of the stream and just save Destiny of an Emperor for the next stream. I don't even have that much time to stream anymore. I don't know. I mean, actually, to be honest, I probably shouldn't start this tonight because it's going to be a long game. We're probably going to end up playing through the whole thing. And I don't know if isn't it kind of pointless to stream like a half hour of this game? A little bit pointless. No. You're done with turkey? It's overrated. It is. I mean, I do like it. Like if it's well cooked and like juicy on Thanksgiving, and especially like with gravy, I do like it. But I fully agree it's overrated. And I'm not a big fan of having it like any other time. Well, I mean, I would say, of course, pretty much every other meat is better. But on the other hand, if you can't, I mean, it's the best thing is always just variety, and like sometimes you want to have like turkey just to be different. So I really don't mind having it every year. But also, I never have ham. Like we pretty much only have ham once a year too. So. Man, I'm more excited for the ham. See, the best thing about ham is not even eating it. The best thing about it is having it left over. So you can fry it for breakfast. Fried ham for breakfast is the best. That's why I want to get some ham. How can you be done with turkey when you only have it once a year? I mean, yeah, it's fair. Yet you must really hate it, right? I mean, I'm not done with turkey. That's Mr. Leo, I guess. Ham on Christmas Day. Yeah, that seems like a good thing. Good thing to have. I think we usually just have different stuff on Christmas. Like maybe sometimes we have like a roast, I guess. Roast is good. Until you think of Palpatine. Well, not every emperor has to be like Palpatine, Brigand. There could be some good emperors. You never know. Place. Okay, this should replace it on my thing. There we go. Now we got a look at that. We got the correct cover on here. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Virulently anti-ham. Cornish hens. Oh, yeah, Cornish hens. That seems like a cool thing to have. That would be cool. Cornish hen buddies. I want to be a Cornish hen buddy. Really, Mr. Leo? It sounds like you're having like the same kind of problems that we're having with my grandma on my dad's side, who I've been watching. I guess I haven't really talked about this, but she's sort of been I've been watching her like every couple days, every week, and she's 101. As recently, she's sort of started to deteriorate. Like her mental state is kind of deteriorating a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah, she's up there. She's way up there. And you know what? She was living on her own until she was 100. So it's pretty insane. But finally, we've reached the point where she can't live on her own anymore. That does sound good, Demo. Ooh. Yeah, I think I changed my mind about Destiny. I think I'm going to do one of a couple things here because I don't want to start this game just to play for like a half hour. So either we're going to cut the stream now, or we're going to make layouts, or we could play a little bit of Minecraft. What do you guys? What would you guys rather do of those choices? Good job, Mr. Leo. You know how I feel about helping grandmas. Oh, the Pixel remaster of the time. Well, we did hear this already. I guess we should hear it again. Asian Waste says the Pixel remastered soundtrack is the redone soundtrack is very good. Yeah, layouts would be the most productive thing because I'm gonna need to make some of them at some point anyway. And since I already started making one, let's just make layouts. Let's just do that. We can listen to music while we do it. I think Asian Waits wants that so we can put in more music. Actually, that's why he's excited about it. Why is this over here? To the POW layout? I think we did. Oh, why is that text not there? Fliptendo record. That should be there. Let's see. Where were we at? This is pretty nice holiday music, I think. You don't think you like what they did with Final Fantasy IV? Well, Final Fantasy IV is like a heavenly, amazing soundtrack. It seems like it'd be hard to improve on. We got to Murder Club. That's right, Murder Club. 678. I love that cover too. It's a great cover. So the next one is... what is it? I never played POW at the arcade. Oh, hey DJ, what's up? What about Final Fantasy IV? Let's see, we're on Airwolf. We're on Airwolf, okay. 679 Airwolf. Yeah, these games are not going to get done until we finish the layouts, you know? The layouts are a necessary first step. There's 2 Airwolves. I believe we already played the shoot 'em up, so this is the Beam Software one, right? Yeah. This is like the flight sim type one, which by all accounts is a really bad game. I never tried it. Terrible, yeah. The shoot 'em up was like not that great either. It was like very blinky. Simulated or the Pixel remake did away with that and made it really popish. Oh really? That's weird. Have they not come out with the Pixel remaster of 6 yet? Are they like doing them in order? Although the good thing about doing Airwolf is that, hey, it's another contender to get on like the worst list, right? Maybe. I don't know if it's like that bad, but that could be exciting. I hope so. I hope it's really bad so it can go in our, like, worst 50 game list. It's terrible. How's it going, DJ? Happy holidays. Yeah, you lurk sometimes. I know that, DJ. Six is out at the end of the year, so they were releasing them in order then, huh? Airwolf. So, like, I guess this game is terrible, and Beam Software, like, mainly released terrible games on the NES, right? But they would go on to make some really awesome games on the Super Nintendo, so they must have got better. Like, Shadowrun is, like, one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo. That's quite a turnaround. I really love Shadowrun. Like Top Gun, but worse. Yeah, well, I don't think Top Gun is not... I don't mind Top Gun, but... For the... No, I specifically... I did that on purpose, Skittles. I did that on purpose because the cover is so awesome. I wanted to have it at maximum size. I didn't want the controller things obscuring it. I might do that, like, if, like, covers are really awesome looking. Bust-A-Wolf? I don't know how I feel about Bust-A-Wolf. Your opinions might bother some people. You think the remake is fantastic? Well, I don't agree that it's fantastic, but your opinion does not bother me. I mean, I think a lot of people really like that remake. I still haven't finished it, and you know what? Jennifer actually kept that one, so I don't know if I will if I'm going to now. But I don't know. Like, that game's all right. I think that the remake is all right, but I don't think I just think that's... I don't know. I think they made some mistakes with it, that's all. Wait, where am I? Acclaim. Acclaim. But I mean, don't most people... It's not like everybody has the same sanctified opinions about, like, which Final Fantasies are good and which are not good. If it's just 13 Remake, it's hard to believe you preferred the Shadowrun on SNES. I know, isn't it though? Like, what a... I think they did some other good games as well on the Super Nintendo. They, like, got better. Aerith says shit? Is that for real? Oh, I don't like that. That seems out of character. Makes no damn sense, and it does away with party mechanics. Yeah, I feel a little bit torn on the party mechanics. So, oh, this is Final Fantasy V music. That's a remix. I feel torn on the, like, there's things I like about the combat mechanics and things I don't when it comes to the remake. I actually think I prefer Final Fantasy XV's combat mechanics even over the 7 remake. It's because I think that the party mechanics make a little bit more sense there. I don't know, the party mechanics in 7 remake just seem weird. Like, the game seems... It seems like it's trying to do too much, and like the party mechanics like feel forced. Like the way it's designed, it feels like it shouldn't have them, but it does just because it happens to be a remake of a game where you have a party. That's what it feels like. But I mean, like, it's not like a bad combat system. I mean, it's well done. It feels fun to play. The 13 mechanics? This they're not the 13 mechanics at all, though. Like there's no there's no paradigm system. Is there? There's no paradigm system. It's completely different. I would say it's closer to 15 than 13, probably. But even 15 is like different. Because there's like more of an emphasis on like warping around. It feels like more cohesive what 15 is doing, I felt like. And also, I guess, I don't know, maybe my opinion on 15 is a little bit faded in my memory, but I feel like it was designed more around the fact that you're like one person, because you're not really, well, in the original version of 15 that I played, you always play, I think you always are knocked. You can't switch around, like not being able to switch around kind of makes it more cohesive. Because the other party just kind of does their thing. Like being able to switch back and forth, maybe that's the thing. That's the thing that kind of like messes it up for me. Because the fact that it's designed around you switching back and forth, and you have to, and it's part of the system, and it just makes everything feel too complicated, artificial. Not sure about that. Shooting range. Also, the other thing about the 7 remake is I don't necessarily love the changes to the story either. Like, I think, honestly, the story was better told in the original. Like, I think it was better told in the original. Like, and, you know, the localization of the original game was probably, like, not as well done as 7 remake, but the changes to the story, like it feels more padded, the pacing is not as good, and I feel like there's some aspects to the writing that I don't even like as much as the original. I don't know, like the character stuff isn't quite, I don't know, it seems weird to me. It just seems weird. This is a Tosei game. But I would still probably... I didn't rate it because I hadn't finished it, but I guess at this point I probably won't finish it. So... I'll probably end up rating it a 6, I think. Like a double 6s. Just do that right now. I think I'm basically done playing it. Snowfield. Farland story, what's that? What's that, Mr. Leo? That's a new one on me. Beams are narrow. You're not going to argue? Oh wait, about what? Beam Software? 1993 was the only year Beam Software released good games? Really? There's a theory about that? About what? I'm not going to argue. I'm just saying my opinion. I'm not going to argue with anybody. I'm not arguing, am I? I have no reason to argue. I'm just saying what I felt about 7 Remake. But, you know, everybody has, like, a favorite Final Fantasy. I'm actually, like, in the minority in that I'm not doing a very good job of, like, doing these layouts. I'm doing them very slow, because, like, But I guess it's not so bad. Talking is content too. I'm in the minority in that I like almost every Final Fantasy game. The only mainline Final Fantasy game I don't like is 14. I like even 13 I like. What's the first thing you see in Final Fantasy 7? Like, it zooms down on Midgar, the city, right? Everyone knows 9 is the best. Yeah, a lot of people think 9 is the best. And I don't agree, although I think all the PS1 Final Fantasies are awesome. 9 used to be my least favorite, but not like by a lot, just by like a little bit. Like I just very slightly preferred 7 and 8. But I only played through 9 the one time. I wonder if I played it again, I might even appreciate it more now. Just for some reason, the story didn't quite land with me as well as like 7 and 8 did. And I felt like the soundtrack was like a slight step down too. But like, it's still a really good game. You feel sad for them? I think, no, I don't. I think that's a really cool opinion. Like, like 6 is my favorite, but I think 8 is, I would say that 8 is underrated, but honestly, like, I've met a lot of people that really like 8. Like, 8 I think is more appreciated now. Like, 8 is a really fun game. And it has an amazing soundtrack. It's probably the best soundtrack of the PlayStation ones. Like, if you're ranking Final Fantasy soundtracks, 8's would probably easily be top 3. Probably along with 4 and 6, I guess. Yeah, I guess I think that's how I felt too, Mr. Leo, about 9. You think they're all great? I think 4 through 10 are all great as well. But I also really like 1 and 2. 8 is bottom tier. Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that, just because, like, I think there's later ones that are less fun. Like, I would definitely put, like, 13 is solidly worse than 8, I guess. I have made a ranking list. There's a whole, let's put the layouts aside. I made a Final Fantasy ranking list a while back. Let me look at my list again. Forget what it was. The story in 8 sucks. I don't agree. I mean, it has problems. It's very weird. And the characters aren't the best characters. But I still like the story. I still think it's interesting, and I like the plot. I like the main characters. I like that, like, Squall has, like, character development. And I feel like it works well. I like Rinoa. I like Selphie. I like all the girls. It's really only Zell and the cowboy, Irvine, that I think are bland characters. I like all the other... I don't mind that cast, but there's better casts. Yeah, I like the cast, and I think the story it's out of control and sloppy, but I think it's still a good story for me. And the soundtrack is amazing, and the gameplay is wildly broken, but really fun to break. It's really unique. It's a cool game. You like Quistis? Quistis is the best. I agree with you about that. Quistis does rule. What's this song? One Sensation music. Oh, nice, Mr. Leo. Squall, whatever. Yeah, but he has actual character growth, though. Well, Laguna's a good character, too. Selphie's obnoxious. When I played at the time, I liked her. I like that archetype of character. The Genki girl. I'm a fan. I like Vanille as well in 13. And, I like her. I like her cheerful. I also like her look. I like her cheerfulness. She adds to the narrative, the story, whatever, the group. The story comes together immensely well. Are you talking about 8? I agree with that. Oh, Laguna. Well, I do agree with that, Skittles. Ultimately does kind of come out of nowhere, but I mean, that's kind of the case with a lot of Final Fantasies, so it's fine, whatever. About the theory. You don't have to... You don't have to tell me about theories. I don't know about theories. Of course you do. Of course I do. It's me! Okay, well that's interesting, DJ. I don't really subscribe to that stuff. Oh, let me look at my let's look at my Final Fantasy list. Zoom in. Alright, so my Final Fantasies ranked, we'll start at the bottom. Final Fantasy 3, and this is just the mainline one, so not counting X2. 3 is only here because it's the one I haven't played yet. And I still haven't played it because I'm saving it for Fliptendo. I will play it eventually. Final Fantasy 14, of course, the lowest. Here you have the rating, by far. I just don't like... that's really the only Final Fantasy I don't like is 14, because it's an MMO based primarily off of World of Warcraft, and I just don't like the structure of the game. And also has a much weaker soundtrack than 11. Play it? What should I play, DJ? Yes, I am going to dismiss that Asian Waste. I didn't even remember that too well. Necron is the main issue? I don't consider that to be an issue because a lot of Final Fantasies just have the same thing. I mean, whatever. It's like having like an... I mean, Final Fantasy IV does that too, and... I don't know, it's kind of a video gamey thing. It's not the end of the world, I think. But it is nice when you have like a final battle against like something like Sephiroth or Kefka that you have like a narrative connection to, sure. I mean, it's a valid complaint. I just don't, like, it doesn't bother me that much. It's a valid complaint, but it does not bother me for like a game like Final Fantasy. Well, I won't try to get you to play 14 despite the fact that it's good. Well, I've always considered going back to it because I've heard the expansions get a lot better, and I've only played 2.0. Anyway, 13 is next, number 6, like ranks rated 6 out of 10. So everything above 14 is like 6 out of 10 or higher. So that's why I do like all of it. Like 13 of all the single player ones is the most flawed, and that's one where I don't really like the story that much. I don't think the story works, and like it probably has my least favorite cast, I guess, out of a lot of it, I think. Because there's some characters that I kind of actively dislike. And I just feel like the story doesn't work. Like 15, a little bit better, but 15 also has problems. But I did like the combat. The soundtrack is like the biggest problem with 15, kind of. Well, the soundtrack and like the really bland setting. And it's disappointing too, because that's a Yoko Shimomura soundtrack. 13 is better than people give it credit for, I agree. I don't think it's amazing. I think it has problems, but I really like the battle system. That's kind of a... Honestly, like, I kind of like the battle system in every Final Fantasy. They, like, always... Even when they, like, do weird stuff, it's just interesting. And I like that they do weird stuff. Would I play it through? The Final Fantasy 3 one? You mean Final Fantasy 3, the NES one? No. I wouldn't, sorry. Well... And the reason is because I'm definitely going to play it for Fliptendo, so it just wouldn't make sense to play it twice. Like, maybe someday I would, but I'm not going to do it now. What? You hated 13? But you played it until you Platinum Trophied it just for... What? Why would you do that? You had no other games to play. That's crazy. That's crazy, Skittles. Yeah, the localization. I suspect that as well. Like, it feels like the localization to 13 feels really weird to me. I feel like some of the characters might get screwed up. But I don't know for sure. I've heard people say that, though. Not the NES one? DJ, I'm doing a project called Fliptendo. Why not the NES one, though? Like, I'm playing all the NES and Famicom games. I have to do the NES one. Besides, I like the NES versions of 1 and 2. I prefer the NES version of 1 to any other port. 13. Oh, the battle system in 13.3 and Lightning Returns looks awesome. I need to play that game. I have seen Dark City. That was an interesting movie. He looked like the main bad guy of what, Final Fantasy? Huh? But then play the 3 version of Pixel Master. Like, why do you think so, DJ? Yeah, Double Dragon 2, that's right. Yeah, I've heard that that Lightning Returns has problems with the story. Although it does the Majora's Mask thing, which is pretty interesting, though. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that unfolds. Maybe, I don't know, I'll play it. I don't assume it's alive, but 3 is a great 3D remake. Like, I don't, but I want to play the NES. I want to play the original. Like, I always want to play the original versions of games first. Like, I just don't like playing remakes of games first. And to add to that, obviously, like, I have to play it for Fliptendo. I mean, I don't have to, but it's just... a no-brainer. It's obvious that I should. They were jank. Do you think so? I mean, Final Fantasy 1 is very jank and has a lot of broken mechanics, but I still love it. Like, I think it's fantastic the way it is, even with the broken. And there's certain broken things that, like, kind of even make the game better. I actually really like the critical bug, what that does to the game. Dimensions. That's a mobile one, right? Alright, so yeah. 15 and then 12. Like 15, yeah, 15 has got some problems, but I like the battle system. I actually like the story in 15, though. 12, I actually didn't like the story at all. 12, to me, is like one of the blandest stories. It has some good characters, but the story just... I just felt like it was the most bland story, because like the story... Like, there's not really... It's been a while since I played it, but the way I remember it is that, like, basically nothing happens in the game ever. The entire game is just, like, one long string of, now let's go here to get this MacGuffin, then this MacGuffin. And there's nothing that happens. Like, all the other Final Fantasies around, like, in the Super Nintendo era and the PS1 era, like, it feels like they have, like, more drama. There's, like, no drama in 12. Like, I think that's why I didn't like the story. But I really like the battle system. Also, like, the soundtrack to me is, like, kind of problematic in 12. It doesn't sound like a Final Fantasy soundtrack, and I'm not crazy about it. It's one of the weaker soundtracks, I think. Even though it was done by the Final Fantasy Tactics guy, and that soundtrack's amazing. But yeah, I still like 12. 2, then comes 2, which I think is an underrated game. Like, I played the NES original, and I really liked it. This time when I played it originally, I abused the exploit to, like, level yourself up to, like, super strong at the beginning of the game. And I played through it that way, and I found it to be, like, boring. When I played through it for Fliptendo, I purposefully didn't do that. I tried to play it the normal way, where you just, like, kind of accept whatever happens. And it's way, way more fun than that. So it kind of elevated my opinion of 2. I mean, it's not like... It's a game that has problems, but I think it's really fun. I think it's still really fun if you play it the right way. 12 is boring and the characters suck. I mean, the main characters suck, but, like, the side characters don't suck. The side characters rule. Like, Bosch and Balthier and Fran. They're cool characters. The problem is just that they don't really get any time to shine because nothing happens in the game. Like, the problem is not the characters. Those characters are awesome. Like, you know what I'd love to see, Skittles? Is a game where Balthier and Bosch and Fran and who's the other one? I don't remember. Well, just those 3 characters where they get to do something. That'd be awesome. But they don't get to do anything. Nothing happens in 12. Yeah, Bosch was supposed to be the main character, and they replaced him with, like, what's his name? Generic boy. And, you know, that is the problem. But there was some good characters in that game. I think the problem is more with the story than the characters. Right, but the reason they don't have more to them, it's not just their design, though. They have cool personalities. Like, Balthier and Fran, and Bosch too, they have cool personalities. They're like, all the ingredients are there for, like, awesome characters. The only thing that's missing is, like, a story where they get to do anything. Except tag along. They do nothing. At least that's the way I recall it. Oh, Ash, right, the girl. She was kind of generic, too. She was the story kind of, like, revolved around her, I guess, but she was kind of boring, and it was just, like, a plot. It was a series of, like, MacGuffins, the way I recall it. Anyway, like, yeah. Final Fantasy VIII is next on my list, 8.1. So these are all, at this point, these are all games ranked excellent or higher, including Final Fantasy II. Like, Final Fantasy VIII is a game that has problems in that it's, like, really easy to break, but it's really fun. It's a really fun game to, like, break. Like, it's really interesting that, and unique that the way that you grind in the game is by drawing spells and finding, like, new and more powerful spells to draw. And then you just sit there and you draw them, like, for, you know, a half hour. And, you know, maybe that's boring, but it's just, it's like a different way of grinding. I just found it to be really interesting. And then you, like, junction those spells, and you get stronger attacks, and you just like bash everything to death. And you just don't use the Guardian Forces. The problem with Final Fantasy VIII is if you try to use the Guardian Forces, the game is boring. So that's not the way you play it. But if you play it like the proper way, like utilizing the junction system, like drawing, I think it's actually like a really fun game. And also like the fact that leveling like is bad for you is kind of fucked up in Final Fantasy VIII, but it's still... The soundtrack is amazing. The art and aesthetics are amazing. I like the story, even though it's like just kind of ridiculous and disjointed. I still like it. And I like... The characters are okay. The characters are alright, but like it's really just... I think that the central kind of... The plot with like Squall's character development, the relationship stuff, I feel like that all works. Especially with like the out of control ending. I feel like that all works. The music helps a lot though. Like Final Fantasy IX. I actually have that above 8 on my list, even though I said I think I prefer... if I were to redo this, I might put 8 above 9. Actually, now that I think about it. I probably need to replay them, like, solidify my opinion. Oh, here's some music from, like, awesome RPGs. Ball Theory thinks he's the main character. Yeah, Final Fantasy IX is a game that, like, when I first played it, I felt a little bit underwhelmed compared to 7 and 8, but it's still really good. Like, the soundtrack was not quite up to 7 and 8 to me, and the story... I don't know, I think... Leo said something about, like, it kind of, like, dragged in the third act, and I think I kind of felt the same way. But it's kind of foggy in my brain now. It's been such a long time. I think I really need to replay that one. I want to replay, like, all the PS1 Final Fantasies. Final Fantasy X. I like that game a lot. I like the story. I like the combat. That game has one serious flaw, which is the fact that you have to like sub in every character for every battle to get everybody experience. If you don't, they don't get experience. So that means you have to do it every battle, saving your hours for that. That's fine with me, Demo. That's totally fine. I would be happy if you did that, because I really want to play through 9 again. Although you need to save a lot of hours, so that's gonna take a while. Better keep doing those tier 5 subscriptions, huh? Yeah, Final Fantasy X, I love everything about it except for that one problem with the battle system. But the soundtrack is awesome. I really like the story. I actually really like the characters. I think it has one of the better casts. Final Fantasy V, amazing game. The Super Nintendo ones are all amazing. I love the job system. The story in that one is not as impactful as 4 and 6. And the soundtrack is not quite up to the level of 4 and 6 as well, but it's still extremely good. 10 is just a series of hallways? Yes. But it doesn't... To me, that doesn't matter. Like, it's fine. It's, like, not a problem at all. If the hallways are awesome, any game can be a series of hallways. Final Fantasy 1... Yeah, I know that that's, like, a common quip about the game, yeah. The smaller cast in 5. I don't mind that. The same as 2. Yeah, Final Fantasy 1. I actually have it really high in my lists. And this is the original NES one with the broken features. Like, I don't care. I think the reason why I love it so much... Like, forget about all the broken stuff, although I actually really like the critical bug. That creates an odd sort of progression to the weapons that, like, wasn't intended, but, like, works. But... I love the difficulty. The difficulty of Final Fantasy is the best in the series. It's the most satisfying. And it's just awesome for that reason. But also, like, the simplicity of it is kind of nice and refreshing compared to other Final Fantasy games. The fact that it has, like, very little story. And you just kind of... It's, like, very old school. But yet it's, like, super polished in, like, all the right ways. Well, it's odd to say that it's polished. A game that's, like, has so many broken features. But, like, other things about the game are really polished. Like, the look of the game, the feel, the battle system, the dungeons. In some ways, the game is, like, extremely well made. So and I used to have a lower opinion of it, too, before I replayed it for Fliptendo. And then I realized I don't care about the glitches. I just love it the way it is. And as far as I'm concerned, the ports for Final Fantasy 1 are all worthless because they water down the difficulty. And they mess up the save systems. And from what I've been told, They all do that. So to me, they're all worthless. I don't care. I'll never play another port of Final Fantasy 1. I don't care what it fixes. Doesn't matter. Final Fantasy 7. 5 has only 5. Yeah, 5 has 5 playable characters. You're remembering right. It's 4, but 1 gets replaced midway through. So it's 4 in battle, and it's 5 characters total. 7 is your fave? That's a respectable choice. Yeah, I love 7s. A lot of people nowadays will say that it's overrated. I don't agree. I think it's way better than the remake. I think the story's better told. I think the story is really good. I mean, it's the kind of story that's like, it's very anime in that way. Like it's very Evangelion, which makes sense because it came around the same time. Like it's very like twisty and like melodramatic almost, but it broke new ground. Red Letter Media call out. Oh really? I didn't know that, Asian Waste. But like the soundtrack is amazing. The story is like it's a little bit silly and melodramatic, but it works really well, and I like all the characters. The soundtrack is amazing. Visually, I really like the game. Like visually, people will, it's the earliest PlayStation 1, so it has like the blockiest characters, and it has like the weird thing where like they have super deformed characters and then the realistic ones. It's all very odd, like some of that stuff, but it doesn't really matter. Like it all gives it charm, I think. I don't know, like I like everything about it, and I like the materia system. I don't care that all the characters are effectively the same, except for their limit breaks. There's really nothing bad about the game to me. And also, one really awesome thing about 7 too is it really just loves to like pan the camera around and have the characters like kind of, it like integrates the FMVs with like gameplay, and you can walk over FMVs, and it just really just like 8 and 9 do that a little bit too, but not to the same extent. And there's something really awesome about that. Of course, like that's irrelevant now because like modern games, nothing is FMV anymore. But like modern games don't even do that kind of thing. They don't have like dramatic camera pans while you walk around for the most part. Everything is all very static in modern games with like the way the camera is. Like 7 has so much awesome just camera stuff. Like it's very cinematic in that way. There's so many good things about 7. 6 is your second favorite. 6 is up there for a lot of people, I would imagine. Then yeah, the 4, like my top 3, 4, 11, and 6. Of course, like the oddball choice here is 11, which like has risen in my ranks over the years. Like originally I didn't used to rate that so highly, but what is this song? Is this a remix? Oh, this is another Pixel remaster from 5. What song is this from 5? Oh, the final dungeon. Oh. Interesting. That's an interesting remake. I think, originally I kind of... I've always loved Final Fantasy XI, but I originally kind of rated a little bit lower because, I'm aware of the things that people complain about it. But over the years, I've just come to just decide that I don't care. Like, I just like almost everything about it. Like, what did I originally I rated this, like, probably, like, double 9s, I think. Well, I don't even have that. It was changed, like, probably a long time ago. Before I was taking notes on that kind of thing. But, I mean, 4 and 6 kind of need no explanation. I think a lot of people would put those at the top of their lists. 4 arguably has the best soundtrack in the series. And it's, like, one of the most classic Final Fantasies. If you're going to recommend a first Final Fantasy for someone, 4 is probably the best choice. It's simultaneously like one of the most classic, old school, but one of the highest quality. And the other one you could argue for is 6, but I think 4 is just like a tad bit better. I think it's better to play 4 first and then save 6. 6 is my personal favorite. Gao is nothing character. I don't think Gao is the nothing character. Strago and Realm could go away. They could, but I don't think the game would be better without them. Not even Gao. I think all the characters are fine. I mean, The only like real nothing character is probably Umaru, but like even he like adds like a slight bit of like charm to the game. Like Realm's mechanics are pretty weird. Strago's has the blue magic, so his are like of course classic and awesome. Right, she can corrupt your save. I never really got into using her that much. With Spore references, huh, DJ? See, I just don't like Final Fantasy XIV, like, inherently. Like, I don't like the structure of the game. It's way too World of Warcraft. There's two things I don't like in MMOs. I don't like... No, there's three things. One, I don't like quest-based progression, primarily quest-based. Two, I don't like progression that involves these, like, dungeons that you do with dungeon finders. I hate dungeon finders in general. And three, I don't like endgame that revolves around raid-type content. And Final Fantasy XIV heavily does all three of those things. And I don't even really love the battle system that much on its own. But yeah, despite all that, them doing all this fan service stuff does make me want to think about going back to 14. It does have some really awesome battle music tracks in some of the later expansions too. Anyway, yeah, Final Fantasy XI, like, that's the only... I mean, to me, yeah, I don't even need to... I mean, I've talked about Final Fantasy XI before, all the reasons why I love it, so it's like one of my favorite games now. It's up there for me. So, there we go. Anyway, maybe I'll go back to doing overlays now. I probably should actually go to bed real soon. Some good talk. Well, maybe I'll keep going for another 10 minutes. Brings back King's Knight? Is it 15? I feel like it was 15, but I don't recall. Some booby kids music here. What am I doing? Shooting range? Oh yeah, shooting range. Right. Do a little bit more work. May as well. I'd like to talk about Final Fantasy. I don't know if you've noticed. I've played all the Final Fantasy games. Kind of a Final Fantasy fan. I'm not criticizing anybody, including DJ, for having your opinion. Whatever opinion you want to have is fine. I don't feel like arguing about it one little bit. I'll be happy to explain my opinion, but there's nothing to argue about. Arguing is boring. Shooting range, alright. And that was Kosei and Bandai? Yes. Is this music too loud? Because this is kind of a loud song. Shooting range. Monster Party is next. Zoom out. 80. What is amazing? The limit burst for Renault and Angelo. Like she throws the dog at them. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. This by the way, lame cover art, American made. Go figure. And then there's Monster Party. Gotta play through Monster Party. Dude, we got through 4 games today. It's still pretty good progress, even if we do have some long ones coming up. An orange zapper? I don't think I ever owned a zapper. My friend did, though. I think he had... Was there a gray one?
I feel like he had a gray one. I'm not too sure though. It was a long time ago. Monster Party. Is this... I think this might be another US only game. Kind of a fun cover. This game is Japanese made, but it's actually US only. Well, that's also true with Shooting Range. Oh, that was a Japanese box cover then. It's the Bandai game. Yeah, so this game is US only as well. Even though it's Japanese made. This is actually made by Human. It's actually made by Human. Pretty crazy. Makers of Clock Tower and many family trainer games. Yeah, the one my friend had, I'm pretty sure it was gray. PAL only games? I don't think so. I don't think so. We will eventually. Oops. I've never played through this game. I'm looking forward to finally doing it. It seems like a fun, interesting game. Anything will do. DJ packing the heat. All you need is a bat. Get a little tired. It's about time to stop. I want to get more stuff done, you know, but... Oh, what am I doing? Wait. Oh, I need to save this. Where are we at? Maybe I'll do one more here. California games. Devil World? That's true. Those aren't PAL exclusive, though. What would be a PAL exclusive game? Like Lion King? Is Lion King PAL exclusive? Not Lion King. It wouldn't be Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. That's what I meant. Oh, Smurfs. Right, Smurf. Is Lion King PAL exclusive? Oh, maybe that is PAL exclusive. Is Lion King also PAL exclusive? Trolls. Like the Trolls and what was that with the full title? Trouble Land or something? I like this song. I'm gonna turn it up. Asterix. Right. Never played that. I don't think I've ever played any of those. The final game in any region? Really? know that. California games. And this is developed by Rare for Milton Bradley. This is a Rare game. I'm sure this must be one of their lesser games. Probotector. Yeah, I don't think that... I wouldn't count Probotector. I don't think I would count that. Nesmania didn't count that either. Fliptendo didn't count that either, right? That Aussie football game, right. That's Australian exclusive? I do remember that from Nesmania. Alright, you know what? I should probably just stop now. Probably should just stop. Alright, guys. I should go to bed. That's what I should do. It was still a good day at Fliptendo. I'm gonna watch this Mutant Turtle Superman Legend later. Let's see. We could probably raid somebody, right? We could probably raid someone. Oh, what is this person playing? Hold on, let me check this. Oh, I got some choices here. What are these people all playing? I was playing the Silent Hill arcade earlier. I want to catch up with that VOD. Yeah, Z-Tox. Oh, okay, that's not what I thought it was, so probably not that then. That is not a retro game. Alright, Z-Tox it is. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Probably see ya on Friday, I guess. Yeah, thank you, Skittles. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night. This is Flip signing off.